I'm Ryan Newman, and since I started with Indiana Donor Network and Driven to Save Lives, I found out that some people think that they can't be an organ donor. The truth is, anyone can sign up to be an organ donor.
Anyone?
Anyone?
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. Anyone can sign up to be an organ donor. So don't count yourself out because somebody's counting on you. Go to driventosavelives.org and sign up today.
But my heart's going to you, Ryan.
Love that shirt.
Welcome to the 34 Motorsports Product Showcase. We're proud to offer the full line of Simpson Racing safety products. The Shark Speedway is a perfect brain bucket to keep your melon as safe as possible. We carry every model and size of Hans device, and these have saved countless lives. The Hybrid Pro Lite is an alternative to the Hans device and is just as effective. The DNA 3-layer suit offers maximum protection when things get hot. And hey, dude, those comfy shoes won't help one bit when things go south. Keep those hands ready to work with a pair of Vortex FIA gloves meeting every current standard. From 5 to 7 points, we carry every one of the Simpson harnesses, keeping your rear end right where it should be. Keep all your gear clean and together with the helmet and FHR bag, and always be ready to hop in a race car. Visit 34motorsports.com and order today.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Highside Hustle right here on National Racing Network. Bert Wojcik, Big Sexy Adam Rubright, and our executive producer Chris Graham back with you after a little bit of a summer break coming up here. Last few weeks, it was nice to take some time off to recharge as we get ready to go into the month of money here in central Pennsylvania, and it occurs pretty much everywhere now. We're getting the big race season, Adam, and one of the big guys we have that's probably going to be a favorite coming up here throughout the entire month of May will be joining us in just a little bit. Justin Peck will be joining us. He's on a hot streak right now, ain't he, bud?
He sure is. All the shit luck they've had at the beginning of the year with tires and just people getting in the way and shit like that, it seems to be kind of coming around full circle for them, which is really nice to see because it's definitely well-deserved for that team.
Yeah, absolutely. And especially with the wins that they got this past week. I mean, you killed the even by getting the win at obviously, we all know what happened with their back with Jason Leffler back in 2013, I think it was, with the boot car. So there's that. And then also getting the Kramer Cup win at Lincoln on Saturday night with having Kurt Williamson on the team, and also Justin's relationship or looking at the Kramer throughout the years. That's kind of a big deal for that whole team. So that was really cool to see them just have a good week, a solid week too. I honestly, but I was looking at the points for the All Stars. They didn't chip into Sunshine's leads as much as I thought they would have going in with the weekend they had. Was it? I think that was hit. Was it? They won the last. Hang on a second here. Yeah, they've won the last
4 out of 5.
Four out of technically 7 features.
Yeah,
and
the last
also
week
throughout, yes, because you had 2 at the Grove with Dietrich. I mean, that was probably the best run I've seen Dietrich have in a while, honestly. With those 2 wins there Friday night. But yeah, Peck, they're on fire right now. But they did not chip in as much Sunshine's lead. Now, Sunshine had a really good week. He had 2 second-place finishes. Let's see here. A 5th at the Grove in the first feature, a 5th at Lincoln, and a 2nd at Bedford. So that gives him a 112-point lead with over Peck here. Now, you do have 2 this weekend at Sharon, and you got 3 next week at Port Royal. I'm not sure where the points fall in with Port Royal. Probably Thursday, Friday will be points nights. I'm not sure if Tuscarora 50 will be points night or not. Probably will be. But still, either way, I mean, if Peck's going to have a shot at Sunshine, he's got to go now. I mean, 112 points, it's doable, but you're starting to get that point in the season where 112 is going to be really tough to make up here.
Absolutely, but as we've seen in years past, all it takes is the points leader to have one bad night.
And that's something we're not seeing from Sunshine. Sunshine's not having the bad nights. Sunshine's having some really good runs. Yes.
Yeah, he's super consistent.
Yeah, I mean, just looking at the top 5 there, each night was, I think, the only night he was out of the top 5 was the Grove, second feature at the Grove. As I said, a second, 5th, was it 5th at Lincoln, and then a 2nd. So 3 second, or was it 1, 2? So 3 second place runs on over the weekend. So yeah, Sunshine is well on his way for the All-Star title here this year. Wrap up 2022, but this past weekend definitely a wild weekend, as we mentioned here. Not only that, we had the All-Stars in, Lucas Oil was in. Good job, Earl Pearson, getting a win on Saturday night at Port Royal. First win since 2020 for EPJ. Very, very nice win for that whole 46 team, which I was not expecting EPJ to be the winner on Saturday night at Port Royal, to be honest with you.
Yeah, when I saw the highlights from it, I was honestly kind of surprised to see that he won. But hey, I mean, good for him. But before we go any further, can you feel it? I know this is a racing podcast, but can you feel it? There's a little bit of crispness in the air in the mornings.
Don't want to talk about it. Nope, it's summertime. It is summertime until September 22nd.
Hold on, you don't even know where I'm going with this, as you can tell by my hat.
Oh.
See where we're going with this.
Okay.
It's
Backyard Brawl tonight. We have
Backyard Brawl.
Boilermakers.
Yes. We get to wake up on Saturday morning and watch college football game day, and I am absolutely hyped for it. Not only because we're back with my usual bullshit on $5 7-game parlays that can pay out hundreds of dollars.
Wish they probably won't.
I don't know. If there was a time where I was ever feeling this good about week 1 college football bets, it's this week.
Well, let's look at it this way, too. Not only, I know, yes, we love our college football and that, too, but it's big money season. And ladies and gentlemen, one guy who is going to be ready and rare to go for big money, the month of money here in Central PA, which the All-Stars are in a good bit. And there he is right there. Look at him with the shades on. Where's the Miller Lite? Oh, he's driving. I guess you really can't have the Miller Lite, can you, bud? Well, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, there he is. Justin Peck joined us on the Fredericksburg Eagle Hotel Hotline. Justin, welcome back to the show, my friend. There was really no other guest we could have other than you on this week for how well you guys have been the last few weeks. And congratulations on the hell of a weekend, bud.
I was just talking to Justin, and he was not a potato. It's you.
He's
two.
now
You
gone.
two are the problem with this show.
We are the problem. We are the problems.
I
We're
updated my internet, so I should not be a problem.
I hate this a little bit. Wait.
We just kind of hit on stuff. Kind of.
Hold on. Is he not a potato anymore? There he is. Hi, buddy.
Back?
There he is. We're back. What's going on, man?
I was trying to get my car. I had to. I was getting my car worked on today, so I gotta go pick it up.
Gotcha. Hey, yeah, but hey, we appreciate you giving us the time, man. Dude, congratulations on a hell of a week, man. I know I asked the same question here, but to the week that you guys had is something that you guys have been driving for all year long, and it seemed like everything is just finally clicking right now.
Yeah, well, it's like it's kind of like I've been saying, man. It's just we just kind of just kept grinding it out, man. Just fine tuning our stuff. Really kind of hit on a little bit of a package here that we really like, and the nice thing about it is we're doing different stuff at different at different racetracks and during different conditions. So it's kind of got a whole I feel like I'm driving pretty well, so it's leading to success.
My main question here was, what was the over-under on how many Miller Lights you've drank in the last 2 weeks?
I blew it out of the water, though.
Between you and Kurt, I mean, my God, your poor livers. I mean, they gotta be hardened. They gotta be so just rock hard right now. Oh God, those poor. Hey, at least when are we getting a Miller Lite sponsorship? That's the main thing. Like, has anyone reached out for Miller Lite to you yet? It's starting to become bullshit that there's no Miller Lite sponsorship on that 13 car.
No, I've been, I've sent a couple emails. I've had no.
He's got no service, apparently.
He's there. I hear him.
No return emails, and also no service. Yep, back. There you are.
Yeah, no return emails, no service. God. But hey, I want to kind of focus a little bit on what Bridgeport was for you guys, because obviously we all know the whole deal with 13 car back in the day there. With Jake. To get that win for Tom and everyone there, that had to be, I know how much the Kramer Cup meant to all the team, but I feel like that was a more emotional win for you guys than what it was, than what the Kramer Cup was on Saturday night.
Unfortunately, I didn't have the opportunity to meet Leffler, so that was kind of a race for Tom and Sean and Massey and even Sky. So it was pretty cool, man. Tom texted me that the morning of, and he said, "Hey, you better go win this deal for Leffler." And I said, "All right, I'll smash a bottle of Patron off the wing if I win." And I forgot to pick up the Patron, so it would have turned out pretty cool though, man. It was it was pretty emotional week. I mean, it just kind of seemed like we were up and down on a roller coaster the whole time. But, it was fun. Those were the two races that going into the weekend that we said we really wanted to win, and we were able to get it done.
So what did you think of Bridgeport?
I love Bridgeport, but that was my third time there. So at least I had a little bit of experience on it.
True.
Yeah, and you've historically gotten around that place pretty damn well. Just the curse of Justin Peck, for whatever reason. Like, you just had shit luck at that place until, obviously, last week.
Yeah, when we went there last year, we were pretty fast, and I spun out on lap 4 and all by myself. And then this year, running second, they ran over a lap car. So I guess I'm just not looking far enough ahead, or I keep stepping on it, one of the two.
It happens. It's one of those racing deals that happen, but you're rolling so well right now, and if it was for Sunshine being so consistent over last week, I was just saying to Adam before you came on the show here, Sunshine pretty much being in the top 5 all week, pretty much knocked any chance he had of kind of gaining some ground on this week here. It's still doable going in here with the next couple of races here, tracks that aren't too bad to you. It's going to take a couple mistakes from Sunshine, but it's still doable to go get this All-Star Championship, right?
Yeah, it's not one of those things that we're thinking about too much. I mean, our main focus is just going out and winning races. If we can go out and win races, we did our job and everything's just going to fall into place like it should. So that's our main goal, man. It's we just our goal now is to win 14 races by the end of the year. So we're sitting at 9, so we got 5 more to go.
That's definitely doable for you guys. I mean, you got a big weekend here at Sharon, track you're pretty good at, followed by 3 nights at Port Royal, unless you're coming in from Monday to kind of get a little tune-up, and then you have technically 4 nights at Port Royal. How are we feeling going into this weekend and then into the following weekend?
I would have told you that I wasn't looking forward to going to Port Royal at this point last year, just because we seemed to struggle there a lot, and just I don't know, just couldn't get a balance there. But I think we've run 5th the last 5 shows at Port Royal, so I know we've got some speed, and a couple of those 5ths could have turned into podiums there if driver didn't make too many mistakes. So I'm actually really looking forward to this weekend and next weekend. It's 2 racetracks that are semi-similar in the fact that they both get up on the fence and are just dead slick all the way across. So I think we got a pretty good package for that. So I'm kind of looking forward to it.
God, Sharon, when that place slicks off, I was there for the first time in 2020, and I saw that place, and when it was black slick and qualifying, I'm like, this is not going to be good. Oh my God, was that place just amazing? I maybe you and I talked about this when you were on the show last year, but that place there, it basically now reminds me what Roll has turned into now, where it gets that black slick, and you go up on the fence, and that's, in a way, you have to stay up there, but Sharon, you moved around. In Port Royal, you can move around a little bit more. I feel like at Sharon, you have a little more forgiveness with how much shorter the track is there, don't you think?
Yeah, it's the first time I won there was I ran a top for like 10 laps, and then the last 20 just kind of ripped around the bottom. It usually gets pretty racy. It's just honestly, for the bottom to come in at Sharon, the tires have to move around a little bit. Like every night we go there, there's seems like the tires are just a couple feet different from the time they were, because they have like a little inside berm around that deal, and a lot of times I'll put the tires right on top of it. But sometimes if they're inside that berm, you can get your left front on it and kind of really get rolling around it pretty well. And then like last time we were there, they had it pushed out past the berm, so you just pretty much you never really left the top half of the racetrack. But I mean, it's pretty cool, man. You can make up a lot of ground there just pounding off the fence, and who can be the bravest without wrecking usually can be a little bit better than the rest of them. So, it's just kind of a man's game up there.
By the way, Adam, before you ask your question here, there's a complaint department came in here on the comment section. Aaron Noel just said, "Fucker threw a beer can at me in victory lane and finally hit me after many tries." So, so good job. Thank you for all of us.
Hey, you're welcome.
So I'm not sure what else really we got going on here, but you raced in the first opening night for the High Limit Series, correct?
Yeah, yep.
So first off, what did you think about that whole deal? Because from a fan standpoint of things, it actually seemed like a pretty good gig. And are you looking forward to the next one coming up at Wayne County at the end of the month?
Yeah, I mean, nobody can complain when you're racing for 22,000 to win on a Tuesday or Wednesday night. So, I like to see what they're doing, man. I hope there's more events next year, and I mean, they're taking us to all good racetracks. People can complain about Wayne County all they want, but it always puts on a good show. Lincoln Park always puts on a good show, man. That's I'm a little biased for that one because it's only 30 minutes down the road from my house. But it just seems like they're going to racy joints, man. It's not like we're going to these. I can't speak for the future, but it just doesn't seem like we're going to half miles and we're racing, at cool racetracks that a lot of people have interest in and have a pretty big fan base for. So it's pretty cool, man. And like I said, 22,000 to win, and you get a bunch of the top drivers in the country. It's you can't go wrong.
No, you can't, and especially a place like Lincoln Park, where we all know Putnamville's known for wingless racing, but that might have been one of the first wing races I've seen there. That was intense. That place is intense. It don't matter wingless. I mean, that place is elbows up on the cushion. It was just freaking awesome. Is that the first time you ever ran a wing car there, or have you ran a wing car there before?
No, that was the first time I ran a wing car there. I'd run a non-wing car and midget and stuff there before, a handful of times each, but never a wing car.
How was that? What do you think of that experience?
Oh, it was cool. It's we just kind of messed up a little bit from a team standpoint there early on, and just never really recovered from it. But it was a cool surface, man. Big curb up on the top, right up on the edge, and real slick, slow, technical bottom. So it's got some character to it, man. Had a big hole going into one. It's shit I look forward to, man. It's the Indiana style stuff.
Absolutely.
I think a really neat place for that play or for that series to go would be like a Gas City or somewhere like that. Like just like those tight little bull rings. Like for whatever reason, I think that's going to put on the best show for the fans, because a lot of the times these big half miles can be kind of boring, if you will. Sometimes they can be exciting as shit.
Yeah, dude, we need to have like a little Indiana series, man. You go to Bloomington, Putnamville, Kokomo. I don't know, wherever you guys want to do the third one at. We go to Gas City. We could go to Lawrenceburg, wherever. But I mean, you wouldn't be able to complain about the racing. You know, it'd be big slide jobs everywhere, big curb. You know, have some rough and juiced up character. It'd be pretty cool to watch.
You tell me we
Bloomington would be nuts.
Oh yes.
Yeah, I mean, you know, being an Indiana guy, it's I'd love to see that. Again, I'm biased, but I mean, there's a lot of us out here, man. The 26 is out here, the 55, the 7BC, the 11, myself. You got a lot of wing teams that are here now. You got the 14 team, the 15 team, a couple outlaw teams down there in Brownsburg. Yeah, I don't think you could go wrong, man. It'd be close to the shop for a lot of people. You got a lot of people coming in, be able to work out of our shop. You know, it'd be a fun deal, man. I feel like there'd be a lot of interest behind it.
I think so. I mean, it seems like obviously, you know, Indiana is non-wing country, but as you said, you just rattle off maybe about 10 teams there that are based in Indiana right now. All right, and that's, you know, you got some interest outside. You know, it's not that far away from Ohio. You're not that far away from the Midwest, so you could definitely get a Indiana series going there at some point here. And I wouldn't say I think you're maybe just outside. No, that's Moa territory. Yeah, you're in Moa territory there, aren't you? Yeah,
so like when I first started running the wing stuff, there was a Moa show at Bloomington. Moa would go down to Hobstock. You know, there's a handful of them throughout here.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's definitely doable. I'm waiting to see if somebody can get that chance and go and maybe go to some of these places that maybe do not see the wing racing. Like we said, like Putnamville, Bloomington. Obviously, we know Hobstock. They have a couple MOA shows and a couple wing races there. But there are a lot of good tracks out there that really could see some success with the wing racing going forward. But as we look forward here, you know, to the future right now, obviously the whole thing with Grandview came out this week as well, and that's a place where you have we've seen you run there and has some success. What's your thoughts on this whole deal right now and where racing is at with all this stuff going on right now? I know there's a lot of uncertainty, but this seems to happen every year towards the end of the year. What track's going to stay open, what track's going to close? But yet it's so weird because I feel like we're in a golden age of racing right now because racing has been so good and so competitive. But yet also it's a very uncertain time as well. I don't think we've ever seen anything like this before, Justin.
Yeah, you know, it's pretty sad when you see a couple of tracks closing. You know, Grandview. So, I mean, it's a pretty historic track. You know what I mean? It's one of the good ones. You know, you hate to lose a racetrack in general, but especially one of the caliber like that is. And you know, I think it's just kind of the way the world's going right now. It seems like everybody wants to buy land and they want to do it. You know, they want to do some kind of commercial deal with it. And I just feel like it's tough for, you know, guys that own racetracks to not sell out. I mean, if a guy's coming to you and offer you a couple $1 million for your property, I mean, how could you turn it down? You know what I mean? It's just it sucks to say it that way, but that's just kind of the way it seems to be. You know, from my point of view. But I don't know what we can do, but somehow we all kind of got to figure out how to save some of these speedways.
Absolutely, and like I can see it from both sides of the spectrum there. Not just because I know the family and then I'm also on the media side of things, but that family put in 60 years of dedication to this sport. Like, go retire on a beach somewhere, like drink some margaritas and just enjoy the rest of your life. You know what I mean? Like, I can see it from that aspect. And then like you have the media and the fan side of things and the racer side of things. And you're like, man, that was one of the good ones. I mean, it's not 100% set in stone that we're going to lose it, but it's kind of looking like it. It just sucks. And then I think I also saw like I-30, wherever the heck that is. I saw they're closing up shop, and I saw a video. I saw a video the other night of what Calistoga looks like now, and you're just like, man, what is going on? But in the same aspect, somebody comes to me with $5 million and says, hey, I want to buy your property. You know what? I made my money doing this. I can go retire somewhere and enjoy this.
Yeah, it'd be, it would be tough. It's just, I don't know, man. Racing's kind of a sick game, man, because it's, it's kind of like an addiction. We all want to go racing. We all, but to go racing, you got to have some money. So it's one of those tough deals, man. And it just seems like, with everything getting more expensive and, seems like the car owners, over the last 20, 30 years, the number of car owners kind of seem to dwindle down. And you got to really respect the guys that are still out there doing it, man, from a car owner standpoint, from a track owner standpoint, from a promoter, a series sponsor, or whoever, all the people that are involved are kind of a rare breed of people, man. And it just sucks because like we were just talking about, I mean, losing Grandview, you lose one of the good speedways, but it's more than just losing the track, it's losing the people that were behind it, it's losing the people that were involved with it and all that, all the people that had a big influence on the racing community in that area. It's just tough to see.
It is. But hey, let's go more on the positive side of things here. Let's say you go out and win Tuscarora next weekend. Are we breaking into Juliana Beverage or Royal Hill Beverage and just stealing every case of beer that's in there if that happens next Saturday night?
I don't know, man. We're probably going to need to rob 2 liquor stores, man. I don't know if I'll have enough in one.
Listen, there are 2 liquor stores right there from Port Royal. There's one in Tyson Hill, and there's one right behind the Rudders there. We can, and if we have to, we will go into Rudders. And we will just braid that shit out. I mean, we will burn that place. We say it about most drivers here, but between you, so there's a couple of guys I think we would burn Port Royal down if it would happen. Between you, Peck, the Wagners. I thought we were going to burn down last year. I mean, that was incredible, but I just think if you would win Tuscarora 50, it'd be such a popular win there. What would that mean for you in your career? I mean, obviously, it'd be the biggest win of your career, without a doubt. And you beat the best in the country with at Port Royal, one of the best tracks in the country as well. Yeah,
it'd be pretty cool. We've got that one Port Royal win to our name, or to my name, and together with Book, however you want to look at that. But we've got I feel like we've got a pretty good shot at it, and we just kind of seem to keep getting faster at every racetrack. But specifically, Port Royal is kind of where we seem to start our stride, before Speed Week there when we were at the Weichert. So I'm really looking forward to going back there. It's always a good racing surface. The fan base there is freaking wild. I don't know what it is about Port Royal, but it's almost kind of like Lincoln, man. Everyone, it's like the same guys go all the time, and they just love it, and they're ate up with it. So it's a fun experience, especially during Fair Week for the 50. It's kind of like a madhouse around there, man. It's pretty cool.
Absolutely. I'm ready for a turkey dinner, man. Absolutely ready for that.
Oh, yeah. That's probably one of the best things.
All that stuff's good there.
Oh, it's so good. My God. I'm just so...
You got to get a turkey dinner. But you hit on it there. Yeah. One more before we let you get out of here. So you hit on it there with Lincoln. You just picked up a big win there last weekend, a couple weeks away from the Dirt Classic. How do you feel going into that race?
I'm really looking forward to it, man. Lincoln is on the top 3 of my favorite racetracks in the whole country. Kokomo being at the top, and Lincoln's in there second or third, and I don't really know who at third is. Probably Tulare in California, but it seems to be a place that suits my style. My guys have a really good package around there, and it just doesn't seem like we miss it all that often there. So knock on wood, everything goes good. We can go in there and defend our Dirt Classic with.
That would be badass to see if you go in there and defend their classic. Justin, we appreciate you giving the time, bud. As always, we love talking to you. We love causing shenanigans with you. You and Kurt and everyone there at Book, you guys are just awesome people. We really appreciate y'all. But before we let you go, do your wins this weekend and get you down the road so far this year?
I'm sorry, what'd you say? You cut out.
It's all good, man. No, I said who you got to thank for your wins up and down the road this year.
Oh, yeah, we got Speed Toys, Coastal Race Parts, Glenn from Big Spring Car Wash, Jonathan with Tree Center. Tom Book's been getting us up and down the road, and he's put a lot of good guys behind me. So they're the reason that we've they're the biggest part of why we've been successful. And I'm just the guy that gets lucky enough to drive the race car.
Absolutely, man. Dude, we're proud to call you a friend here, and we can't wait to see you coming in here next weekend at the Tuscarora 50. Good luck this weekend. Luck next week at Port Royal, and I'm sure hopefully we'll be talking at some point next weekend, and hopefully before the end of the year here, man.
Thanks, fellas.
All right, you got it. We'll have Miller Lite for you, too. Don't worry. We'll have some Miller for you. There he goes. Ladies and gentlemen, Justin Peck on the Fredericksburg Eagle Hotel Hotline. God damn it, I love talking to that guy. He is such a fun dude. That whole team is fun. Him and Kurt and just everyone that helps out with that boot car. I mean, it is a riot when you get around those boys.
Oh, it is. It really is. Good times to be had by all.
Oh, great times great times be had by all indeed. All right, folks, we're gonna take our first commercial break. When we come back, we're gonna get into it. The news that broke this weekend, I'm sure it's in Finches Meat Market's news and notes. We'll get in that here, and we'll definitely have a good discussion on that. So you don't want to miss that, folks. Stay tuned. You're watching the Highside Hustle right here on the National Racing Network.
Welcome to the 34 Motorsports Product Showcase. We're proud to offer the full line of Simpson Racing safety products. The Shark Speedway is a perfect brain bucket to keep your melon as safe as possible. We carry every model and size of Hans device, and these have saved countless lives. The Hybrid Pro Lite is an alternative to the Hans device and is just as effective. The DNA 3-layer suit offers maximum protection when things get hot. And hey, dude, those comfy shoes won't help one bit when things go south. Keep those hands ready to work with a pair of Vortex FIA gloves meeting every current standard. From 5 to 7 points, we carry every one of the Simpson harnesses, keeping your rear end right where it should be. Keep all your gear clean and together with the helmet and FHR bag, and always be ready to hop in a race car. Visit 34motorsports.com and order today.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Highside Hustle right here on the National Racing Network. I am, of course, back in the Potty Queen studios, as you can see from my shitty video quality. Bert Wojcik, Adam Roop, right back with you here. Chris Graham, our executive producer. Once again, thanks to Justin Peck for coming on here to the Fredericksburg Eagle Hotel Hotline. A fantastic week from him. And our buddy Travis Vance from Red Devil Barbecue said Justin took $711 of his money for standing on the gas at Bedford. So Travis always doing some fantastic stuff, especially out there at Bedford. And folks, if you get to Bedford, which it sucked I couldn't get to Bedford this year because I want to get some Red Devils barbecue. It is some of the best stuff out there, honestly. Travis does a phenomenal job with his passion there doing some barbecue work. And go check out Red Devil Barbecue if you're anywhere near where at a racetrack you're out there. And they did a phenomenal job with the Junior Richie tribute out there on Sunday night. I wish more cars supported, though. Only 19 cars for a lot of good money. I mean, obviously it's Sunday night, but that 19 cars. I mean, come on, guys. This is where we got to get Bedford either a better date or something to help that out there because that's a lot of good money going to waste there. I feel like, but it was a good show. Macri goes out there winning at a fun track. Bedford's one of my favorite tracks in the area, without a doubt.
I was never there. I hope to get out there one of these days.
We will.
But I find it funny that as soon as we come back from commercial break, your camera just goes full potato.
Yeah. I think I may go back to my old camera because I got this new camera that was, it was on sale on Prime Day. It's shit. It was supposed to be better than my original camera. It's dog shit. So I'm gonna go back to the other camera. Even then, it was dog shit.
Not all things from Amazon are Prime. Anyway.
Anyway,
what do we get?
All right. Finches Meat Market's news and notes. I don't think we need to talk about the main topic here, but obviously the news broke this week. Grandview,
we'll fire it up. We'll get there because I really honestly don't want to spend a whole lot of time on that.
Okay, fair enough. All
there's
right.
more pressing topics here.
Okay.
42 cars have registered for this weekend's Ted Horn 100 for the Silver Crown cars at the Coin. 42.
What's going on with Silver Crown right now? They are getting these ridiculous car counts, and I love it.
Yeah.
It
Like that
I thought Silver
that
Crown was
makes
going
it
to be dead
interesting.
a couple years ago. I thought
I
Silver
mean,
Crown was
I
supposed
think
to be dead a couple years ago.
it's dead on the short tracks, but they're showing out for these miles and absolutely packing the field with them, and I love it. I'm all for it.
Is it though on the short tracks? Because Port Royal, what they pulled 30-some cars for Port Royal.
Yeah, that's true. That's
So the
true.
short, it's like,
I don't
and
know.
now I think they could have got more if they would have paired that with either Selinsgrove or Williams Grove, which I think they should do, and not have these Silver Crown teams pull in for one night.
Well,
But pair it up with something. Run 50 laps at the Grove. Once, like 50 laps, I think is perfect. Like I like the 100 lapper at the Grove, and I think 100 laps of Port Royal would have been really, really good. But still, I think that if you're going to have these guys come in Silver Crown team, especially with what gas was this year, I wasn't happy that it was only a one night deal. But Jesus Christ, when you pull 30 cars, I mean that is just mwah. And 42
Absolutely.
for the coin this week. That's going to be awesome. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Even though we all know Cody Swanson's going to go out and win it.
Yeah, probably. Speaking of Cody Swanson, did anyone see the lap time from what was it, Gateway, a couple weeks ago?
Oh my
where
God!
Where he set the record, like his straightaway speed at the end of the straightaway was like just shy of 170 miles an hour.
Fastest
in a pavement silver car.
I mean, like, I don't know if you want to call it a sprint or
and
a
then,
Silver Crown car a
like,
sprint car, but the fastest time
Czech
ever recorded. Yeah,
I love Checker's nerd Pat. But when he set the new record for that, that was like the most unanimated thing I've ever heard.
I don't.
Oh, and there's a new track record.
I wonder if that was not because it's not technically the fastest Silver Crown car ever.
Yeah, that would be what Damian Gardner on the Salt Flats, correct? In like a modified Silver Crown car.
Now was that a sprint car though?
Well, here's the thing. There was the old
Gold
Cup. Hi, boys. It was the Silver Crown Series, but they built these super speedway cars. That's what they actually have on the iRacing platform. They had full body work all the way around the front of them, but it was a Silver Crown car. But they ran at places like Charlotte and Kansas, and I mean, doing $185, $190 into the corners.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Which is just silly.
Like full sail sending it.
So I was always wondering, because I always every now and then I mess around with Silver Crown cars in iRacing. Like, why at Michigan? Why am I hitting almost 195 cars or 195 miles an hour in a Silver Crown car in Michigan? I mean, that's insane, but it makes sense now.
And the only reason I want to have you in here is for the next topic in Finches Meat Markets News and Notes.
Oh.
Well, the next two technically.
Okay.
So, what we got next is how impressive is Ryan Timms after picking up his first career podium at 16 years old and one day? That's the first part of this. The second part of this is you add Corey Day into that mix with a win at Huset's. We have two kids that have seemingly immense amount of talent. Could we potentially be looking at here the next, say, Steve Kinzer, Sammy Swindell, like, fight throughout the years on how good these two are going to be?
I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility. I don't. I think him and Corey Day and Ryan Timms have just put on a hell of a show everywhere they've gone this year. And Timms has impressed the hell out of me, especially when he came in a couple times this year and ran with Central PA a good bit there. But I think, and Chris, you might be able to back this up too. I think what we saw this past weekend from him, especially at Red River on Saturday night, to run second in only your second World of Outlaw race, that's impressive. I mean, that's definitely showing your talents there.
I think the level of talent is pretty insane, and there's no two ways you can talk about it. I think there is some bit of the equipment is really good. That's not to knock the kids, but the equipment is fantastic.
Absolutely.
I'm not going to win in that car. You two knuckleheads are not going to win in that car. But somebody with a fair bit of talent is absolutely going to be able to win in that race car. My concern is, it goes back to, are we pushing these kids too quickly?
I don't know. I think that
It's the
if the talent is there and the car control, which they obviously show they have, I mean, Tim's is not going out there wrecking shit every night. He's going out there and he's being consistent with his stuff. He's not getting on the hook like we've seen some other kids have done in the past. So I think as long as the talent's there and they're not wrecking shit, start them young. As long as they can, show that they're not going to be a wild man all over the place.
Yeah, as long as they're going to be, they like you said, they have good car control. They're not hitting everybody, including the pace car. They as long as they can go out on the track and do it in a safe way. They're not going to tear up a bunch of people's equipment. I mean, not to put names into the hat, but a couple of years ago when you had Zach Hampton tearing up himself and a bunch of others. But that's the thing.
Macri.
He was a young.
Look at Macri too. What we saw Macri over the last couple of years, he's finally gotten that car control, and look what he's been able to do with it. And he was running. Was it? Now he's 25, I think. I think maybe 23, somewhere around there. But still, I mean, when we saw Macri as a younger kid, 17, 18, 19, he was all over the place. But now look what he's got that car control. Now he's getting these rides like he was in the Sam McGee car over the weekend. Like, it's showing that, if they have the car control, they can do anything they want with these cars.
Absolutely. But like I said, the only reason I kind of bring this up is obviously because they're good young talents. But in the same aspect, they had the Steve Kinzer, Sammy Swindell kind of rivalry type deal on who can outdo who. Obviously, we know who won that battle. But they came up together. They raced around the same time together. They obviously Sammy is still racing on a very limited schedule. Kinzer hasn't been in a car since like 17 or 18, somewhere in that realm. But I think Steve probably could still hop in a car every once in a while if he wanted to. He just chooses not to. But in the same aspect, Kinzer has no one that he needs to explain himself to. No. Not a single soul on the face of this earth in the racing community does Steve Kinzer have to give any explanation to.
Something else that I think we're not totally considering here is the fact that if you want to go the high-level NASCAR path, that door has been blown open by Kyle Larson and Christopher Bell. If you want to ride in a decent Truck Series team, you've got to be there by 19, maybe 20 years old, and be ready to go cup racing by 23 or 24. That's what the trend that we're seeing out of ownership. So if the thought process is going that direction, it only makes sense for these kids to be behind the wheel, and they have to perform and they have to win quickly.
Yeah, right. But even if they don't go, sorry, Adam, go ahead.
I think the next one you're looking at going the NASCAR path is honestly Buddy Kofoid. I mean,
well, he's doing ARCA stuff now.
Yeah, he's already doing the ARCA stuff. If memory serves me correct, he's already ran a truck, albeit on dirt. But it's only a matter of time before he gets that Truck Series on pavement start. Speaking of the Truck Series, did anyone see the news for next year? I don't know if it was true or not.
Yes, I did.
Yes, it is.
Exciting. That had
Craftsman
been for weeks, by the way.
Yeah. I knew it was a rumor, but we finally saw like a little post about it. So I wasn't if that was like a sick April Fool's joke that happened at the end of August. But how badass is it that Craftsman is going to return to the Truck Series as the title sponsor?
It is awesome. I am in my nostalgia. It is a Craftsman Truck Series, just like it will always be the Busch Series and the Winston. Well, I wouldn't say Winston Cup Series, but it's always been. You were a
Nextel Cup kind of guy, weren't you?
I was a Nextel Cup. I love when they went to Nextel Cup. I thought it was just. I hate now. I look back. I hate the chase format, but I thought Nextel Cup was cool. But I always thought the Winston Cup was cool. It's always one of those weird things, but it's always been the Busch Series to me. So next thing to bring back Busch,
late model sportsman
Busch
division.
Series. Yeah, there you go.
And I was
late model. Yeah, the Busch Sportsman division. Yes,
I was honestly kind of surprised to see it because they exited NASCAR, they exited the World of Outlaws, and then
And think about this
here we
too.
are again.
Craftsman is their own brand now. It's not like they have Sears backing like they did back when it was a Craftsman Truck Series. So Craftsman's kind of like everyone thought Craftsman was dead when Sears kind of went under, and now Craftsman's
which
back,
makes
baby.
which makes you kind of want to think here,
Decker, right?
because
Chris, if I'm right, that's
where's
Black & Decker
Craftsman?
brand, right?
Where's Craftsman sold now? At Lowe's.
Everywhere.
It makes you wonder. Well, yeah, it's sold everywhere, but the majority of the places I see it is Lowe's because I fucking work there. But it makes you wonder: is Lowe's going to make an appearance back into racing somehow, some way, at some point in the future?
I think this is the appearance by Lowe's back into racing. Quite frankly, I would imagine you'll probably see a couple of race naming entitlements. But this is a way for, you mentioned it and hit the nail on the head. Everybody thought the Craftsman brand was dead.
Yeah.
This is the way for Craftsman to say, nope, haven't gone anywhere, still making tools, still making quality stuff, blah, blah, blah. They'll do the whole marketing spiel. I don't know that it's a long-term entitlement. Craftsman exited the series to begin with because Sears couldn't afford to pay the bill. I don't know that this is more than a 4 or 5 year thing to get the brand recognition back. This is a national TV spot 28 or so times a year.
If I remember right, when they were with the World of Outlaws, I thought, well, I was around the same time they got out of NASCAR too, when they were with the Outlaws sponsoring both the late models and the sprint cars, with one of the most badass logos, I think, as well. Between that, the STP logo and the Craftsman logo, I think they were both badass logos. But if that serves me right, I don't know. Craftsman, is that owned by Lowe's or is that Black & Decker now? I think it's Black & So that's Black & Decker money coming in there.
Yeah, but in the same aspect, you can also buy Black & Decker tools at Lowe's. So it makes you wonder.
Lowe's, yeah. Fair enough.
Yes, it is Stanley Black & Decker that owns the Craftsman brand now. Interesting move, quite frankly.
Mm-hmm. Interesting move that they would put Craftsman out there instead of like Black & Decker. But I guess they kind of went for this on that one. If they did, good on Stanley Black & Decker.
Yeah.
Good.
I wouldn't be surprised to have Stanley and Black & Decker back in a cup car.
You know what I meant? It just popped
or not
in
a cup
head.
car,
Remember
truck.
Remember those badass Evernham cars when they ran the Stanley, like the Stanley logo on them? Those badass Evernham cars. Those things are beautiful cars.
And Chris, I'm sure you already have it queued up somewhere. For those of you who haven't seen it, can we pull up a picture of the Dale Earnhardt Jr. Sun drop car from North Wilkesboro the last couple of days?
I do not have it queued up, but I can find it quickly.
Yes.
Like,
hey, how
tell
about
me that
those
thing
Wilkesboro last night?
Yeah, sold out again for the last time that it's going to be on the original surface.
Sold out even more than what it was before. Or
the
last race they had.
The original revival race.
Yeah.
But who's excited to see North Wilkesboro covered in dirt? To be honest with you, because I know for one I am. Like that's going to be badass to see. I honestly wish I was going to be able to go to North Carolina this year because I would 100% go down a little early so I can watch that.
I got some vacation time. I'm not opposed to it.
I have vacation time too, but I'm also in the process of trying to sell my World Finals tickets. So, hey, if you're listening and you didn't get a free pit pass with your tickets because you were too lazy to order them before last night at midnight, call me. I got 8 available.
Yes, and they're good seats. They're banging seats.
They're excellent.
Hey, but I want to circle back real quick to the Ryan Day and or Corey Day and Ryan Timms thing there. What I wanted to say there too is that these are guys running at Huset's too, and
that's not an easy place to run.
Not an easy place. It's a short track. It's a bull ring, but they get around there very good. And I know we spent a lot of time talking about Ryan Timms here, but Corey Day has a lot to prove or a lot to say. It's the way he's ran at Knoxville this year, Jackson as well, and also Huset's. I think those 3 tracks are some of the toughest in the country. That if you can hit them, and you're.
But in the same aspect, let me stop you there. but in the same aspect, why do you think it is that Corey Day is good at Husitz or a Jackson? Tell me
Well,
why.
he runs there weekly. Well, he runs weekly.
Well, other than that, where did he originate running from?
I mean,
Bullrings, California.
yeah, Cali kid.
Like,
Oh God.
anywho, while he's pulling that up, and there's a dog
T-Money, that's a good. Yeah, that's the neighbors.
absolutely
That's the
going
neighbors golden
berserk
retriever.
in the background.
Oh, that thing is gorgeous.
Yeah, that thing.
And Junior finished third last night too.
Yeah, and that whole deal is just cool. Like, I'm sure he helped set up the whole sun drop thing, and then you have the return of the three. Like that was just a whole cool situation from start to finish. But I don't know if we have
a buddy of mine from the Rose 1-2-10 podcast, or Travis Park, got to meet Junior and said he was a really cool guy. Got talking a little bit, and
he seems like
a really nice guy. Yeah.
Yeah, he seems like he'd be a cool enough guy because, like, he's always talking about how the racing used to be. You know, at the end of the night, you sit in the pits and you drink a couple beers with your friends. Like, that's what got all of us into racing even more. Like, yeah, when we were a kid, our parents took us to the races, but, like, we got old enough to drink, and, like, there's just something about hanging out in the pits, drinking a beer with your friends after the races. There's no other feeling in the world that comes anywhere close to that.
No, there ain't. There is not.
Have you guys ever heard the story of Kenny Schrader taking Dale Jr. for a week on the road?
Oh, this ought to be great.
I
have not.
I cannot do it justice. I will find the clip, send it to you guys. Check the Dale Jr. download on YouTube.
Oh,
the
yeah.
video of Kenny Schrader telling this story is absolutely epic.
Oh my god, yes. I'm got to look. I like the Junior download. I've actually grown to like Junior more now that he's out of the race car than when he was in the race car. I hate him.
Yeah,
I hate him in NASCAR.
I was always a Junior fan simply because my old man was a Senior fan. So, like, it was kind of like the pass the baton type deal. Like, that was our thing. That was our bonding time. You like Senior, I like Junior. That's what it was. But you can tell the older he gets. And I don't know if you've seen it, his show on NBC. I don't know if they've done it recently. The whole Lost Speedways deal.
Oh yeah,
sure Chris,
Peacock, yeah.
Or yeah, Peacock, NBC, whatever you want. Same fucking thing. But that's like the whole thing he put together there is really entertaining. Like I'm actually I kind of want to go back and rewatch a couple episodes. And did they ever do a North Wilkesboro episode?
Oh, I'm sure they did. I think it might be
because
one of the first ones they did.
How cool would that be to do like an updated version of that episode and have the revival included in it instead of just like the dead and gone? You know what I mean?
It's gonna happen. All right, 5 minutes left. What's left?
Anyway, we'll get quick here. We hit on it when we were talking to Justin. The Kyle Larson Brad Sweet series added a date at Wayne County for September 27th. I believe Sheldon is somehow entangled into that, if I read it correctly.
Don't promote it.
Yeah. Urban English battle for the World of Outlaw late model title. English sits just 98 points back of the one-man band with just 12 races remaining, which...
I was
how cool is it that you have a rookie running less than 100 points back? It wasn't always like that. Like, for the last couple of weeks, English is really coming on strong and kind of running them down here a little bit.
I was looking at that when I was filling out the ticker here, and I'm like, last couple of weeks that gap is really close. Dennis Jr. had I want to say almost a 200-point lead back at the end of July.
Yeah, it was
the end of August and July, and it's down to under 100 points with 12 races to go. Tanner English 2 win, and if I'm right, Herb was not even in the top 5 at all this weekend. with English, I believe he got with the 2 wins. I think on Thursday night he might have got a second or fourth. I think it was when it comes across sticker LC here, but yeah, that's a hell of a battle shaping up there. And on the other late model side, I think T Mac is pulling away from B Shep on Lucas Oil's side of things. So this may not pay off for Shepard as we thought it may at the start of the year.
Yeah, absolutely. It's it's the name of the game. You have a couple bad nights, the guy behind you has a couple good nights, your lead is gone, and before you know it, you're chasing.
Especially with a guy like T Mac behind you.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean he's no slouch.
No.
And I guess shit. We saved it for last here. Here's my whole thoughts on Grandview.
So so let's paint the picture for you. First of all, if you haven't heard, which obviously everyone heard starting on Saturday night, because everyone's a goddamn expert, and I wish you people would just shut the hell up and let the family announce it themselves instead of doing it yourselves. This is why I hate race fans. I listen, I make some great friends and all, but there are people in like race fans. I absolutely hate race fans. I'm sorry that comes off mean, but that is some of these are the worst people in the world.
We sometimes are our own worst enemies.
Oh, absolutely.
And I'm going to put aside my whole, like my relationship with the family because I know them very well.
Mm-hmm. As we both do.
It sucks. We hit on it earlier when we were talking to Justin. Losing a racetrack sucks no matter which way you look at it. Mm-hmm. But in the same aspect, Bruce and also Teresa was there along for the entire ride. But the entire family, for that matter, put in how many countless years? You figure Bruce started it back in the 60 years ago. Mm-hmm. Teresa, I'm sure, I don't know what year exactly they got married, but she's been along for the ride. She's been doing it the last couple of years with the help of Tina and Kenny and Brad and Casey and the rest of the gang. But some of the comments that I've seen across the internet from race fans about saying how selfish it is to do such a thing. Put yourselves in their shoes. Yeah. I mean, for Christ's sake, the amount of times I've seen people jump down Tina's throat over the last couple of years for calling a race because the weather wasn't looking great or it was already raining at the fucking track. And people who are 10 miles away that, oh, the sun's out here. Well, the sun isn't out at the racetrack. Think about the amount of nonsense and bullshit that they've put up with the last how many years. And, how many years do you have after you sell a business to actually enjoy what you've built for the first 60 years? Mm-hmm. Let the family just enjoy whatever comes out of this in the next coming weeks, coming months, however long it takes. Let them enjoy it. Don't harass them every day. Instead, the next couple, you figure this week you have a regular show plus the Wingless Super Sportsman. Next week you have the Freedom 38er. Following week you have the 2 weeks you have the Fame 76er. Mm-hmm. Pack the fucking place. If it's the last time that track is going to have a fan in the grandstands, pack the fucking place. Like, elbows to assholes, nuts to butts, let's do it. There's no reason why that place shouldn't be absolutely mobbed by noon.
On Freedom 76 for Saturday. Yep. Go ahead, Chris.
I wanted to put my very quick 2 cents in here on this because I got absolutely hammered in the comments of the article that I posted that it's not sold yet, it's not a done deal, it's blah, 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 blah. I reached out to the Grandview, the Rogers family, I will say in general. Didn't hear back right away. I know why I didn't. They were talking to the Pottstown Mercury. Teresa made her feelings on this pretty well known. She's not interested in owning a racetrack anymore. Mm-hmm. So even if I'm all for taking hate out on Copart. They have killed countless racetracks around the country. But the reality is this wasn't going to last forever. And the kids said, Mom, it's your place. Do what you want with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I cannot knock Teresa Rogers. I can't knock the kids. I don't see how anybody can have an ill word to say. Was the place, it was old school. Still is old school.
Mm-hmm.
The way the Rogers family has run Grandview in the day and age of everybody is cashing streaming checks. We don't want it. They're throwing money away
Mm-hmm.
because they don't want to stream. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Nope.
No, they did not put $1 million into concession stands and new palatial bathrooms and all these kinds of things. And you know what?
They didn't need
It's got
to.
an old school charm to it.
Mm-hmm.
The place was
They
old
didn't
school.
need to. There was something about pulling up that hill, seeing them old grandstands, and just enjoying a night of racing on the hill.
Yep.
The part that really hurts me, and I'm going to jump off here and give you your show back, is
but
unfortunately it looks like there's going to be a lot of cars that just go away.
Yeah.
There's a lot of fans that will see their last race before the end of this month. They will not ever go to another racetrack again. They just can't afford to.
No.
It's the Grandview faithful.
The hill in Bechtelsville has been home on Saturday nights. I know a lady who got married at the start-finish line there last year. One of our DeWeather folks that helps us out. She's literally watching her wedding venue go away. There's a lot of heart. There's a lot of connections to this place, and every racetrack for that matter.
Mm.
But it's not ours. It's not the racing communities. It's not the racing families. It's the Rogers family, and kudos. Teresa, your late husband, Bruce, Tina, the entire family, everybody. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Chris, I don't think you just said it better there. I think the hate that has gone on towards the Rogers family is unacceptable, especially the hate that we've seen on the Rogers family the last couple of years, especially since social media has become really present for them making their decisions the way they do business and the way they want to do business. It is their track, and they don't owe anyone a damn thing. They have done this way for 60-plus years, and the way they have done it for 60 years has made Grandview a staple in central Pennsylvania, or in Pennsylvania itself, with the racing and the racing speaks for itself. When you have racing as good as we see at Grandview every Saturday night, listen, you tell me another racetrack that can have a winner come from mid-pack. I know it's with handicapping, one of the rare tracks to do handicapping, which I wish we saw more of, but where else you see a winner almost constantly come from mid-pack every freaking week? Nowhere but Grandview. Nowhere. And that, like I said, handicapping helps, but that goes back to the track surface that Kenny and Brad put together every Saturday night. And the racing there has been phenomenal. And the new lighting there, I thought it made Grandview shine. So I'll switch it over here to a second here, because when I was talking, guys, when I was helping out Big Diamond, okay, for the 410 show, the one thing that a lot of guys said was lighting at Big Diamond. When you put lighting to a place, that adds a whole. It's literally like you just polished up your Patine hot rod, whatever, your little rust bucket hot rod. You shine that up. People think it's beautiful. That's all you have to do, and that's literally like a fresh coat of paint on Grandview when they put the lighting in this year. If this is the end of Grandview, all I can say is thank you for giving myself, for the last 10 years, amazing racing, being my Saturday night home from 2013 until 2017, and always being a place that I would never miss a sprint car race at. I would try my best to make it to the Freedom 76, because that's one of my favorite races in the world. You've provided so many nights for myself that I have seen that have healed me in some of my darkest times. I know we'll probably do this a couple weeks, but I want to try and talk to you guys off air about maybe doing something special in a couple weeks. But I will never forget the first race I saw after my dad died was at Grandview, and and Jeff struck past Doug Miller for the win on that Sunday night of Memorial Day. And that was one of the coolest things I've ever seen in my life, to be able to do that. And to be able to call a race there this past summer was something I always dreamed about doing. And to get to know Tina and Brad and Casey and Cole over the years and everyone at Grandview, it has been a pleasure and an honor. And for what you guys have done for the race community, if this is the end, all we can say is thank you guys so much for what you have done for the sport. And there will never, ever be another track like the Hill in Betchelsville.
Spot on. I mean,
yeah,
it's one of those things, man. I mean, I've done just about everything there. I was a fan. I've worked on a car there, taken photos there. You know, I got to work for URC there. Place is always home. It always has been, always will be. There's so many good memories there of 76er weekend, or any weekend really for that matter. It's one of those places after the races are done. Again, kind of goes back to the whole thing. Just having a beer with your friends, man.
Yep.
It's that place will always have a special place in my heart and the memory bank. And there will never be, like you said, there'll never ever be another Grandview Speedway.
No,
I hope
there won't be.
I hope it stays, but if it doesn't, it's been a fun ride, and the family earns it, man. They earned the time to just kind of unrax and unwind and relax and enjoy the life that they built for themselves.
And
let's be honest here, it will not be the same if the Rogers family isn't in charge of Grandview.
No,
somebody can come in and buy it, and it'll never be the same.
But if somebody would, I hope they take care of the place, and I hope we get to have the same Saturday night fun that we've had for years over the last couple of years. So, but hey, we still got a couple weeks ahead of Grandview yet, so let's have some fun with it over the next few weeks here. But before we go off air, let's bring out the mood just a little bit here before we go. Scumbag Picks of the Week, or your Scumbag Bet of the Week. That's going to be a new segment here since college football season. Let's hear what your Scumbag Bet of the Week is. That's a new project on you for end of the week here. Gives the fans a little bit something to kind of enjoy at the end of the show. Hey, turn your headset down, dumbass.
But it's just me being a goddamn degenerate betting on sports. Like,
I'll have that on these big jobs.
Listen, I am at no way.
The first place I bet at when I was a good Christian kid, that place ruined me both on drinking wise and betting wise. So you know what? Screw it. We're degenerates.
Yeah. I mean, and the sad thing is, like, I'll probably come Saturday, if my first parlay doesn't work out, I'll probably continue to be an asshole and just put more money on another college football game somewhere. Like last weekend, for example, I lost on what the hell game? I forget what game it was, but then like I flipped switches to the Vanderbilt Hawaii game and just bet money line for that one. I'm like, why? Why are we doing it? Like,
why?
And it doesn't stop.
You're not a full degenerate yet. You are not betting on NFL preseason football. Did you see the guy?
I never will.
Cashed?
I will never do that. Never do that.
Listen. The one podcast I listen to, Drinking Bros, they have their own. Well, they don't have their own betting site, but they use mybookie.com, right? I mean, and if you go on that website right now, the amount of shit.
With gambling, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Yeah. But the amount of shit that you can bet on there, like, they have like a death toll. Like, who do you think is going to croak first? Like, it is absurd. But it is like a good quality entertainment. Like, go on there. Like, who do you think is going to win the next presidential race? Like, who's the next famous person to croak? Like, it is absolutely bonkers. Like, if you have an extra couple minutes one night, go on there and just get a good laugh out of it, because it's honestly, it's hilarious what you can bet on.
I have to look that up. So, perfect.
Like, it's actually comical.
Are we going to get to the picks here?
Yeah, what is your scumbag? Your scumbag bet of the week?
Hold on. Let's see. So, in typical, I'm gonna go out with a bang here. We have my over/under bet. I haven't done any of my money line bets. I'll probably do that shortly, as a matter of fact. So I have the under in the Central Michigan Oklahoma State game, the under in the West Virginia Mountaineers Pittsburgh game, backyard brawl. That's actually on right now. So as soon as we're done here, I'm skedaddling over there to watch that. I have the under in the Penn State Purdue game, the under in Oregon and Georgia, under in Arkansas and Cincinnati, the under in USC and Rice. Which, come on, like, who is not taking the under in that game? It's 64.5, and you know Rice isn't going to score. And USC sure as fuck ain't going to put up 64.5 points. No way in hell. And then the only over I took in this entire parlay is Notre Dame, Ohio State. I just need Notre Dame to score 21, baby.
So what you're saying
Ohio
is just
State's going to take care of the rest.
Hammer the unders this week until Ohio State, Notre Dame.
Yeah, but I was thinking about this earlier. Before I put this bet in, I maybe should have bought a point or two in that and brought the over/under down to 56.5 instead of keeping it at 58. But
keep it anyway.
We'll see. It's $5 to possibly
be a
win.
Scumbag.
Just shy of 500.
What Big Sexy is saying, folks, is be a scumbag this week and hammer the unders. Hammer the unders.
But maybe buy a point in the Ohio State Purdue or Notre Dame game.
Where are we going this weekend, by the way? Before we get off the air, where are we going?
I have a family get together on Saturday, but I would imagine Williams Grove Friday and maybe Big Diamond Sunday, depending on how I feel.
Oh, Big Diamond Sunday. It's Cold Cracker, baby. 17,000 to win. And my pick, I'm going to go with, you know what? I'm not going to go with the usual suspects. I'm going to go with an underdog in this one here. Kid ran very well all the year long. My underdog pick to win the Cold Cracker, Nick Roginski, will win the Cold Cracker on Sunday night.
That's a good pick. I don't know, man. I kind of, after watching him in the Super Dirt car race and how well his car handled through lap traffic and through the slick, I mean, obviously, we're seeing a completely different Big Diamond this year. Like, the Cold Cracker, you heard it here first, will not be one lane around the bottom.
No, it will not.
It's going to be an exciting 72 laps. That being said, well, I'll put a 5 in on this. So you got $5 on Rachinski. I'm going to put a 5 spot down on, as much as this literally pains me to say this, Alex Jankowski. Chris, who you got?
I wouldn't even know. I honest to God couldn't tell you. I think the Cold Cracker this weekend has the potential to be wild, crazy. I think weather may come into play.
Yeah, we might honestly see a Monday rain date, but then again, Monday isn't looking too fucking good either.
No, Monday's worse than
I think
Sunday is.
Yeah, Sunday's looking the best day so far.
Saturday looks to be about the only decent day of the weekend. Our buddy from DeWeather.
Clark?
Peter, yes.
Peter.
Yeah, I think you're going to see some very interesting things happen this weekend. I'll say it that way.
Absolutely, but in the same aspect, you know, also pains me to say it, Howard's been looking good lately. CBD,
Wayne, by the way, track champion, a Big Diamond.
CBD obviously needs no explanation. I mean, you're getting to the time of the year where CBD and Howard and Strunk kind of turn up the wick just a little bit. I don't know, man. It could honestly be anyone's ball game, but I mean, hell, even Go Down. Go Down has consistently run strong in the coal cracker. It'll be interesting to see what kind of invaders come.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's
That'll
going
be
to be
fun.
interesting. I am definitely looking forward to the coal cracker this year. For as good as Big Diamond's been all year long, This might be one of the most exciting coal crackers I've been looking forward to since I was probably a kid. Honestly, without a doubt. So,
and I'm gonna get it out of the way now. I'm gonna go with my way too early 76er prediction, Jeff Strunk.
Oh, that'd be so fitting. That'd be so fitting for Strunk to go get if this is the last Sixer, go get it. That'd be awesome. Or Waddy. Him or Waddy. That'd be fitting.
Yeah. Or Craig. Again, it literally pains me.
If anyone of the big three win the Sixer, it'd be fitting. Without a doubt.
Yeah.
If anyone of the big three won the Sixer. All right, Chris, let's come up with National Racing Network.
Well, tonight at 10:15 in the East, we've got an absolute dumpster fire of a show coming up. The Indy Pro 2000 Championship heads to the Nordschleife, which is going to be a parade for 5 laps around the Green Hell in Germany. However, I think we're going to have 11 or 12 people in the broadcast booth. I am not sure the level of intoxication of most of the crew. It has the potential to be an absolutely epic mess. One other thing I would like to mention, the Christmas for Kentucky campaign out of the all-new DeWeather Cares and DeWeather Center. A lot of changes coming over there. Adam, you don't have to worry about Clark coming on and calling you Datum anymore. But one of the things that we're doing is Christmas for Kentucky. If you are interested in donating new clothing for kids, winter clothes, winter boots, snow pants, jackets, that kind of thing, or toys, new unwrapped toys, shoot us a message here to the NRN page here on Facebook. Tweet us at National Racing Network, however you want to get in touch with us. We will be a drop-off point here in Bucks County, and there's going to be a whole bunch of them up in the Lehigh Valley and up towards the north end of the state as well. But we are taking Christmas to kids in Kentucky who probably aren't going to have one.
Absolutely.
That's awesome. That's why we love the weather.
Here's my question also. I'm sure, people aren't going to be able to make it out to drop off clothing or boxes of anything like that. Where can we donate and or give some hard-earned money to, so that way the correct channels can get it, so that way they can go out and buy the stuff.
We will have a full list of donation sites available at theweathercenter.com. Also, you can Venmo at DeWeather, D-E Weather. And also, if you reach out to our page, if you can't get it to us or you can't find a donation spot, we have people that will come get it from you. Meet you somewhere, the whole bit. We have an army, literal army of volunteers at this point that are making sure we got toys for these kids.
This is why we love the weather, and we will definitely help out in some way as it comes closer to that time. By the way,
hello, Robert. Yes. Robert Kreiser checking in, saying hello to me in the comments. So, hi, Robert.
Hi, Rob.
This weekend, Lanco.
Yes.
The Labor Day Shootout. Ooh. It's a doubleheader race. Saturday night, Sunday night, winged, wingless, all sorts of stuff going on. If you don't want to go watch the Mud Turtles or the 410s, give Lanco a shot. And this also Friday night at Linda's, the Kevin Gobrecht Memorial Race as well. That's going a huge payout for that one Friday night at Linda's.
Yeah, there's a lot of opportunities for racing this weekend, not just on the big stage. Get out and support these little tracks, man. Lanco puts on some great racing, so does Linda's. Get out there. I don't care where you go, just go somewhere.
Here. Robert Kreiser saying CVD for Big Diamond. Colt Harris says Reimert.
Ooh.
I like where you're thinking with that one, Colt.
I do too. He's been a strong one at Big Diamond so far this year. By the way, Kenny Bruce checked in with me here. No go down. Going up to Utica for the Deo show. On Sunday.
Okay, Kenny, I see you with that news.
Okay, so no go down, which doesn't surprise me because he is, I think, leading elite points, maybe. Or up in,
is he?
In the top 50.
When was the last time we had an elite race?
I can tell you.
When was that?
Here.
I am trying so
I haven't
hard to
heard
bite
anything
my tongue.
on that.
Elite Series.
Is there
An
any
elite
modified race that's elite?
That's actually a really good one. Let's see here. Okay, last one. April 2nd at Middletown for the hard clay.
Oof.
So it's a 5-race or 6-race series, I should say. So this next one is Utica on Sunday, which also counts for
And then
North
what?
Region, I believe.
Port Royal?
Fonda 200 then. The Fonda 200.
Fonda. I always
Which,
forget about
this could
200.
get interesting. That is 6er weekend. Oh, Brett, you might want to. We might have to work.
Yeah,
I know it's two
no.
theories there, but
No, you
Brett,
don't even have to worry about that.
Yeah.
Don't
Those
even
two
have to
have
worry about
competed
that.
against each other in the past, and Grandview has always done exceptionally well on the car count
Yeah.
for
True.
Sixer weekend.
Yeah.
Last year they did get 63.
that's-
They did get 63 cars last year.
That's the thing, though. You have your select amount of crowd that goes to Fonda. You have your select crowd that goes to Grandview. Happens every year, just about, or it seems like every year. You're gonna get your certain cars that go to Fonda. You're gonna get your certain cars that go to Grandview.
So
And
so you have Utica on Sunday, Fonda 200 then September 17th, Speed Showcase 50 on October 15th, and then the Melvin Josephs Memorial which actually was moved from March. That's right. So they moved the Melvin Josephs Memorial to the Mid-Atlantic Championship weekend, October 29th. Each of those outside of Utica. Two 25,000, which is Utica and Georgetown. 53,000 a win for the Fonda 200, and then 50,000 a win for the Speed Showcase. So yeah, go down. Probably still leading the points on that on the Utica side or on the Elite Series.
I would imagine because he had that hot start. He won the first 2 races. So yeah.
Well, he won the only race. Well, he won the first race at Cherokee, and then I think he was top 5 at Orange County against Shepherd. So
I would imagine.
So I'm sure he's up there in the points on that one.
Matt,
So,
all
right. So that doesn't surprise me one bit that.
Oh, God, boys, it took me 11 seconds to pull this up. Ryan Godown holding a 9-point lead over Max McLaughlin. Larry White, 27 back. Matt Williamson, 28 back in 4th. Matt Shepard, 30 back in 5th. Rest of the top 10, Maresca, Horton, Pouch Jr., Creedon, and Johnson.
Okay. Here's the thing. It took you 9 seconds to pull that up, right? You're our producer. That's what you do. We're supposed to just sit here and look like fucking idiots.
He's not
wrong. But you have to have us the information.
He's not wrong. By the way, Shepard. Speaking of,
I also wasn't planning on talking about this today.
By the way, hold on. As I look at the points here myself, Shepard and Godown. There's only 7 points separating them in the South region after last night. Shepard's up by C on Williamson in the North region.
Shepard will also probably win that, to be honest with you. I think it'll be a clean sweep.
Back-to-back sweeps. Bear McIntyre. And that's what's the bonus on that this year? Like another $25,000 or whatever McIntyre put up?
Probably some kind of astronomical number.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure.
Anything else we got? Because we just can kind of just. It's kind of nice that we have our hour and a half, like in the hour and a half.
Going off the rails.
We had that tonight. Well,
we also have the. There's something else going on this weekend, isn't there? Is this weekend Mr. Dirt for a guaranteed starting spot?
Yes.
For us,
yes, Lebanon Valley.
I knew there was something else
to win
going along somewhere. That should be a fun show.
Who else? Chris, Kenny's saying that he would have told us faster than what you would have if we would have had Kenny.
Kenny, I'm sure you can get this information to us quickly.
Quite frankly, that's because Kenny is much better at his job than I am.
Kenny is
okay. Kenny, since you're clearly listening, who are the cars that are already guaranteed starting spots for us? We go. who have won a race this year to get their guaranteed spot.
All right. So you got to give him a little bit of a delay there, just because, obviously the internet type shit. So I will have an answer for you in just a few moments. But yeah, it's good to be back. It's been really good to be back tonight.
I kind of like the part where we're only going to be off the air at 8:00, and then here we are, just about 8:30, just going off the fucking rails.
Here I am, young man. Oh lordy! But hey, by the way, I want to go back up. There they are. So far, it is LJ Lombardo and Matt Shepard.
Well, I kind of figured Shepard would be there, but LJ Lombardo, I forgot he won that qualifier. Wasn't that at Lebanon Valley too?
Valley. It was at Lebanon Valley. Yes, it was. And Shepard's automatic qualifier was that Orange County? I feel like that was Orange County.
Well, I think
something like
important point here before I kick you guys off the air is there are still multiple automatic qualifier spots that are up for grabs here over the next handful of weeks too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, including this Sunday night at Lebanon Valley. 25-5 to win on Sunday night. Ooh, it's a good weekend to go racing. It's gonna be, especially on the modified side of things. There's a lot of money on the modified side of things this weekend. Plus,
I kind of want to call off and go to Lebanon Valley.
Oh, I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind that.
Call off on Monday, go to Lebanon Valley.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. It's really not.
No, it's a terrible idea. We should probably not do that.
We probably shouldn't, because we have our own shit shows coming up here after this weekend, 2 of the next 3 weekends, which include Tuscarora 50 and 76er. Then a weekend off, and then it's National Open.
My liver already hurts.
Yes, it does.
Let's get the hell out of here.
October can't come soon enough, folks. You pumpkin sluts can all, give us the rest of our summer until October 2nd, and then you all can have the rest of you pumpkin sluts. Anyways, that's going to do it for Highside Hustle right here on National Racing Network. Thank you so much for joining us, folks, for sticking around for this dumpster fire, and thanks for all the support this year as well. Don't forget, folks, check out Fredericksburg Eagle Hotel. Great dinner specials, wings, best wings in the area, bar none. Go thank Mike and all them for what they do for racing. As well, get yourself Purple Hooter and a Pickle Shot, which are the best in the area, no doubt. Also, 34 Motorsports, Sean and Amber there. Thank you for sponsoring the ticker and for racing as well. Go check them out for safety equipment needs. Alan Grace, Hockey Racewear, for the flag behind us. Phenomenal flag. Does some great work as well. Go check out Alan Grace with that. And that should pretty much do it for this show. So, for the National Racing Network, for our executive producer, Chris Graham, that is Big Sexy Adam Rubright. My name is Bert Woodfolk. Keep on hustling, and we will see you all next week right here on the Highside Hustle. Enjoy the races.